We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So we're underway here in the final round robin game here at the Curling Stadium Martensville International event. The last round robin game. Terry must win for really, well, I don't know what a must win, but make it a lot easier for Korey Dropkin if he could win this game. He's sitting at 1-2 and still alive, I guess. Really, his only win was in the defaulted game, but he's had a little bit of a rough go the other two games. So I don't know what to make of this one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the team for Korea, and certainly it's surprising that Korey and his rink have not played better. Certainly, we just the game previous to this draw, we were fortunate enough to not only comment but watch the Howard game. It was an absolutely incredible shot-making game. We had Scott Howard, who made a quadruple in the sixth, a triple in the eighth, just like unbelievable.
Is that the game in the draw previous to this?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was quite then, and of course, and it went an extra in. So,
yeah,
it was really good. And then, as it turned out, Mr. Calvert had to draw the 4-foot for the win in the extra, and he did put it right on the lid. So, hope if we have any, even half the excitement in that game, or in this game that we had in that game, we're in for a treat.
Sure, yeah, and we'll go through a little bit the situation as we move on here. We kind of started a little bit when play was going. So just to let you know, my name's Jim Nix, and I'm here with Terry Corbin, and we're bringing you this game. And I don't know who we have doing production in this one, Terry, but we couldn't do it without them. But I just don't know who it is. It wasn't on our sheet, so I'm not quite sure. But I'm guessing that this team from Korea is maybe a younger and up-and-coming team, just because I'm like you, I haven't really seen this team at all, but they did win, according to when I looked it up, they did win the National Korean Championships back in June with a record of 7-2. I don't know what that translates into. I don't know if that takes them to the Worlds or not, or if that just is a internal country championship that doesn't necessarily lead anywhere, like some of them don't. Like, looks like Lee has hammer here in the first end.
Yeah, I wish I could help you there, Jim. I don't know either.
No.
If somebody does know, maybe they can throw it in the chat. And
sure, that'd be great. don't have that with me tonight. I just don't doesn't pop. Chat doesn't come up on my phone very well, and
Ah,
somebody else in the house has stolen the iPad for an hour or so. So I
ha,
can't.
how dare they?
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it either. But it's a little bit hard to argue that when you're sitting behind the laptop with the iPad on one side and the telephone on the other side. And it's like, no, you can't have it. What do you mean? anyway,
That's funny.
so let's get to this thing here. We just kind of been talking through the first few shots. We're about halfway through the end. Lee, as I mentioned, does have hammer here. I think the ice has been good all week, Terry. Just at times not quite as much curl as we think we're going to see, especially with a little bit of weight. But overall, pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, certainly in the first couple of ends, it was outside the 4 foot. It was running really, really straight. Probably actually outside the the button. But as the game went on, I mean, the edge of the 8 foot and out, it ran really straight. But we started to get curl as the game progressed.
Yeah, so nice little short run back there by second stone Uiseong Kim. Like you said, we're trying to get these names as close as we can, and if somebody feels a need to correct us online, then feel free, because we're using a couple of little internet translation websites to make it work, but sometimes you can hit two of those and they're exactly different. So roll out there didn't really help everybody, but Lee now with a chance to play a little hit and flop. I've been sitting one, I think. I don't know about who's two, but actually might be sitting two. Tough to tell there. It's the fourth game for both of these teams, or as I said, I guess technically it's the third game for Lee with the default, but here's the fourth game as far as the actual draw sheet and results go. This one coming in, this is solid. He sure didn't finesse that one out. I thought he might.
Yeah.
But early in the game, sometimes that's not a bad strategy, Terry, to make sure you don't drop the weight. I know with the juniors, I have to get after them a lot of time because they forget sometimes that, hey, this is the first end. It might be a little stiff.
Yeah.
And they throw like a, try to call a board weight shot that ends up turning into the back of the 12-foot somewhere. So Thomas Howell now, third stones for Korey Dropkin. Throw the same shot, try to make that little roll. It's definitely going to roll. It's just a matter of how far. About perfect, I think.
Yep, rolled it across to the center line and behind the cover on the one that's just biting the 12. We'd not, like you said earlier, we're not sure if that red stone just kind of half in the rings is out counting the one on the very side, the yellow, but we're going to run this, take a run at this double.
Matter in a minute. So Lee actually throws third stones on this team, obviously. I just didn't think of that when he went down to throw it the last time. I think, assuming that this is Lee, I really have no way to know that.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be that he doesn't. This guy doesn't call the game too bad. We can't really need to get a little sheet with an updated schedule or something at the start. Great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, great shot. So if that's JaeBeom Lee, it was a very nice effort. And we can probably
it looked like Kim on the back of the shirt, though.
No, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that would be different. So that probably Uiseong Kim. He must be younger than me a little bit. I can't believe that, but must be because you can see that better than I can see it. So.
Well, I have my face right into the screen.
Okay. You and BJ are the same, I guess. You just nose burns at the end of a curling game, but
that's right. Korey looks like he's just gonna play this hit here.
Yeah, probably the safe bet.
Well thrown.
Very nice.
Yeah, we'll see if with the hammer whether they want to try and split that yellow one on, or whether they want to go right around behind, or whether they really want to play it defensively.
Yeah, that would be an interesting option for sure. Not a very difficult split. You can see that Mr. Kim here was indicating that it might not be there's two Kims on this team.
Yep.
But it might not be a bad idea at all. I think, I understand not going for it, but I think it'd be worth a go. You can split that one, roll it behind the.
Oh,
Right?
100%. Yeah, I think I would encourage that play all day.
Yeah, I mean the other idea, you come around and hope to get a chance to play it on the next one, but you might not get that chance. So this is a good time to set up a possible two for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to guess that this is actually,
Mr. Lee.
yeah, Mr. Lee, so JaeBeom Lee. The thing about the Asian teams and European teams, everybody really in general now, is that when they show up with good technique.
Mm-hmm.
They might not know the game 100% yet, but they're getting there, but their technique is flawless.
Yeah,
this is coming around, actually. It looks like he wasn't playing that split after all. A very nice shot. Really nicely done.
Yes.
You guys don't look like a team that lost both games quite handily.
Now we're talking the Korean team. They're 0
Yeah.
and
Well, they're 1-2.
They won their.
Both games they lost. Like I said, it was 7-2 and 9-3. So it wasn't very close. Next time he turns around, Terry, if you get a good look at the skipper's back jacket and see if that says Lee or if it says Kim on it. Well, at least
it said Lee.
Yeah, did it? Okay, perfect then. All right, so I think we're up to date and we're in good shape. Won't get any nasty mail. And we can't see it anyway if it did get it, so it doesn't matter. So Korey Dropkin following that one down. Some people may take the run back on, but that was kind of neat. A little graphic that I had never seen before. Korey Dropkin is usually pretty dependable with draw weight. This one's tough, though. He can't bounce it at all. It has to curl enough without curling too much.
I think he'd be straight. Yeah, I think he'd be satisfied to shrink down the scoring area.
Yeah. Well, he's going to a little bit, but not very much. So after just throwing the perfect draw to the top of the button, Lee is going to have a chance here to draw for two. There's a lot of looking here.
Well, he'll definitely have to go out a little wider. So,
yeah,
you're not working the same path, but
yeah, he might be. Yeah, you're right, though. I mean, quite often just moving out that one rock width this early in the game can radically change things. You can throw a pretty darn good shot and look pretty bad on this one sometimes. So a draw for two. For Lee. Pretty hard on this. Going really hard on this. I don't know for sure he's going to get there, Terry. They got to work it.
I think so, yeah. Yep, they're in the good stuff.
And they will snake it in. So a great start for the Korean squad. JaeBeom lead picks up a deuce in the first end, takes a 2-0 lead over Korey Dropkin here at Martensville.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, 2 losses is one too many.
Oh, okay. In the case of both those teams winning. So sorry about that. We're back for end number 2. We were just chatting a little bit, trying to figure out exactly what the situation is regarding playoffs. And there's 6 teams that are already confirmed in. They're either 3-0 or 3-1, and they can't be dislodged from that. So that left only Kevin Cooey and Korey Dropkin in a position where if they both win, they would move to 3-1, which would make your final 8 complete. And if they lose, it gets messy, and we'll talk about that later and see if we need to talk about that one later. Not too many teams left that have a chance. So Kleider and Haidt are both 2-2, and Lee is actually 1-2 here. So if Lee could pull off the upset, I'll call it an upset, given that he's 0-2 in actual games here. If he could pull this game out, then there'd be a good chance that tiebreakers of some kind are going to come into being. So, well, good first end though for the game. Sorry, Terry, but a good first end for that Korean squad.
Very good, yeah. And I think if you were looking at U-bets, certainly Dropkin would be favored.
Yeah. So Dropkin going to come around the corner here. Doesn't waste a lot of time getting at it. Wants to get back to at least level here as quickly as it can. Dropkin out of Duluth, Minnesota, I believe. I don't think that was necessarily home for him originally, but that's where
no, but that's their training center.
Yeah.
I think probably the surprise of this spiel for right now is that Bruce Korte and his senior rink from Saskatoon is 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, got off to a great start. I don't know who he has on his team, but I might not know them anyway, even if I did know who the names. But yeah, it's a great start for Korte for sure. I don't know who they're playing tonight, but as far as the playoffs go, it doesn't really matter. They're through, so lots of shrapnel out in front here. Mostly Lee stones in the 4-foot area, and Dropkin stones out in the 8-foot and around the corner guard stuff.
Yeah, well, and Korte is playing Kevin Cooey, so it's a must-win for Cooey to make this nice and tidy. And and Bruce got off to a 2-0 start after one end. So look out.
Yeah. Yeah. So just also during the break, we found out that Connor Sims is actually on our production tonight. So certainly want to welcome Connor. Done a lot of games with Connor this year, and he keeps us straight on the straight and narrow and shows us what we want to see most of the time. So Lee looking to get rid of that corner. Maybe get. I got to see where he's going here. I guess this isn't Lee. I think we decided this would be. No, I don't know. Must be Kim. Must be a young Kim. He's the only guy that doesn't have a jacket on that has a name on the back. They all have very short last names. I'd fit really good in really well with the Korean squads if I could get there and play, because my name's only 3 letters as well, and most of the Koreans seem to have only very short last names.
Yeah.
Or might be their first names. I don't know for sure how they do that. But so you're looking for the peel, maybe the run back. Didn't get greedy. That's probably a good idea not to get greedy there. It ends up costing you quite often when you do. So gets rid of it, opens up the rock in the house. Dropkin kind of figured he's going to have to make some kind of a play here.
Yeah.
Probably a little hard to get rid of a lot here, but as I say that, they seem to be able to throw it so hard nowadays. It might not be that hard after all, but so I think he's trying to make these 2 yellows and roll the shooter to guard the one in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually not going to be these 2 yellows. It's probably going to be the one on the right, one on the left, but we'll see where he goes. Andrew Supera. This could be good.
Very good. That's shot called and shot made.
Yeah, it's a really good result.
Maybe a little unfortunate that the one spun into the rings and on top of the red, but still, all in all, good shot.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing, it lined up pretty good, Terry. So if Korey ever gets a chance to play that, he can obviously get rid of the yellow that's in behind it, and probably, well, it's hard to say. He might be able to roll set a couple, but it's going to take a couple shots to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We got a timeout already in the second end. That's very, very early for a timeout.
Yeah, very early.
I don't know how many timeouts they get. I'm thinking, I don't even know anymore. I shouldn't even say I'm thinking, because I don't know if they're allowed 1 or 2 anymore. So,
I mean, I'm going to assume they had 2. I'm really surprised, because I thought this was really the only shot.
Yeah, and he just played this shot too. So.
Yeah.
He will probably try a little harder to make this one this time, though. I mean, not that he didn't want to make it last time, but I'm thinking that he's going to be a little more interested in making it, given that the yellow shot is right there for Korey Dropkin. And the out turn. Oh, is this coming with some heat? Not going to. He did get it. Or sort of got it. Get it far enough. Pretty good try.
I think Korey can play a hit on the yellow and push that yellow that's shot rock out of the rings, get a roll as well.
Yeah, I would agree. Might be hard to get rid of the top one without throwing really big weight, but he could easily be sitting 2, maybe even 3 by the time this is done, depending on where the top one does go. and move them all around too. They could be spread out pretty nicely for him here.
Yeah, I think the sit 3 would be, a huge bonus, but definitely I think getting it under the cover of that yellow one, at least half under, would be really nice.
Yeah, he could easily sit 1, 2, 4 after this with everything spread out pretty nicely, and Lee having to scramble a little bit to try to figure it out.
Yeah,
Thomas Howell.
Thomas throws it pretty good. A little on the light side, but
I don't know if that's as good as you wanted, to be honest. It looks like you could you'd possibly get all the reds on this shot and certainly get a couple of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the triple could be there. Straight nose hit. It will be awful close.
So Kim to take a little weight off of this one. So the last one was probably about a 5.5 second peel. This one's probably going to be a little lighter than that.
I don't think so.
No, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Keep it a little bit straight. Usually get a piece of the back one and
Close.
And get that one. Oh, a little unlucky, but a great shot. Let's see it again. I don't know if he could do anything different. I'd probably hit it exactly where he wanted to hit it. It just didn't line up quite the way he would like.
Well, if he hits that more dead on the nose, which I don't know that he could do much better, like you say. I mean, that was, I think, one of those. This is where we think we got to hit it, and then you do it, and you go, I guess we, maybe it wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Thomas Howell, I looked up today, and when we had these guys earlier today, I got thinking about the show Gilligan's Island, and I thought, what was that professor's name on Gilligan's Island? Turns out it's Thurston Howell, though. So
Thurston Howell, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might have been Thomas Howell, but looking to hit and stick here on this back one. Wow, they're working it pretty hard. That's a great sweep job. That I thought that was only going to have maybe a quarter of rock, but well done. Still got a chance to move that one.
Yeah, I think your best option here for Team Korea is to kind of make that hit on the back, the one behind the tee line.
Yeah.
Try and get a roll in.
You sure that says Lee on that, Terry?
No, that says Kim.
Yeah. So it's Kim's going the last ones.
Yeah,
okay.
That definitely says
I'm
Kim.
just going to flip these two guys around and make the assumption that Kim is throwing 4 and Lee is throwing 3. And that's it. We're not going to figure it out any more than that. It's close enough.
There you go.
Thought he might take a run at the front one. I'm trying to make the double here, but
yeah, I don't know that you'd have to flirt with the one on the center line, I think, and I just don't think it's worth the risk.
Okay. Playing a little hit and roll off the back one then. So Hyojin Kim. And this playing a little lower weight on this one. Going to roll. He just might roll too far. And he will. He's going to roll right out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I think that was the right shot.
Yeah. So Korey Dropkin getting ready to throw his first here in the second end.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if Corey just plays the outturn draw around everything.
Yeah, he kind of looked like he was leaning that way the whole time that they were just chatting about it, but sometimes you just have to let the third talk for a little while and then say, okay, but yeah, I like this one better.
Getting a whole bunch of scenarios thrown at us.
Yeah, I know, just looking at those, yeah. That's a lot of work. And Sean has the other one with basically everybody out here loses. If they all lose, I think I never saw Weebrook's name actually when I was looking at the list a little while ago. So the Uptown come around here for Korey Dropkin. Makes this, he sits 2. And probably the Koreans are probably going to have to be willing to maybe give up 2 unless he slides this behind the T line. You don't want to play something that turns into a 3-ender.
Yeah, that's for sure. Corey looks like he's hoping that this slows down.
Yeah, it looks really heavy.
I didn't think it was that bad, really, when he let it go. I mean,
well, it's actually not that bad, to be honest. It's going to be back 4, but
yeah, it's just behind the T line. That's the issue.
So Kim will now play the looks. We're not sure that he's going to play that yet. I don't see running this yellow one back for sure. That's the easiest way to give up 3. If you don't want to play the draw, then I'd say try to make the double on the Reds and go from there rather than play this shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, just this obviously is my first opportunity to see this team, but I think one of the things that's essential, especially a young team, like you got to have a, kind of the leader, the boss. And I'm not seeing that here. I'm seeing, the guy that's kind of in charge of strategy, offering up, a shot, but, Lee is not, totally convinced. And then you've got the front end there. I mean, it's almost like, here's our roles, here's our responsibilities. You carry out yours, and if we need the extra input, we'll chat. But I think it's like an imperative for like young teams to really identify those roles as you play and you become more experienced. I mean, yeah, you can have some of those discussions, but for the most part, when you're kind of a new young team, I think it's really important that you have somebody guiding the ship. And
so Kim looking at the outturn draw. If he can make a good shot here, he can basically force Dropkin probably to take 1, and he might have to make a good shot to get that 1. A little bit hard. Looks like he's getting close to that guard, but no, he's going to be okay, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's got a great shot.
Yeah, I think he does.
Sure take it in there.
He just doesn't want to chop off too much. And he really didn't.
No, a little lazy finishing though, wasn't it? It just kind of
with
the top of the house in. I thought he was going to be right on the nose, and it never quite got to the nose, which does give Dropkin a chance to, if he wants to take it on, a chance to make the 2 yellows or the red on the yellow. That's really steep, that one, but it also might be for 3.
I think it's going to be a tough 3 because you'd have to play kind of quiet because that's about a half a rock by the looks of it.
Well, at the very least, if he plays the red one and not the yellow one, he won't give up an extra point. So which could happen with playing the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
He's going after the red. He doesn't have to have a ton of weight on this to score the 2. He would be a bit more of a challenge to try to get the 3 for sure.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, he's just got to decide, like, am I playing the kind of straight top for one, or am I, giving this a go? Because obviously two different weights, and you got to commit to one.
Yeah. So it could be an interesting shot here. Dropkin throwing the slash, I guess we'll call it, for lack of a better word. A gentle slash, but a slash.
Yeah, looks like it's over curling.
Ooh, really close. Oh, he just got his own.
But he got for one.
Yeah, he did manage to score. So Dropkin does pick up a single there. Really close to getting a couple, maybe even three, but he does pick up the one. And after two ends of play, it'll be 2-1 with the Korean team of Lee having the lead here. We'll take a short break and be back in a minute.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world #1 Team Homan takes on world #1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Looks like they left the stage. Wonder what I can do with that.
So we're back for end number 3 here at the Martensville Curling Club for the Curling Stadium Martensville International event. Last draw in the round robin, Jim Nix and Terry Corbin bringing you the game between Korey Dropkin and JaeBeom Lee. Lee with a 2-1 lead and Hammer playing the third end. If you're just popping on, Dropkin did have a really nice run at scoring a multiple score last end, but just overcurled a little bit on him, but it was a great effort. An angle raise, probably about a 45-degree angle raise takeout. He took out his own instead of the other teams, but that was okay because the weight was such that it hung around. And he did end up scoring. But guys working pretty hard on this one to get it by. And I don't know, will he get it by? He will sneak it by that one. And sneaks it by the back one. Great shot. So Lee looking at splitting these yellows. It's really early in the end to say anything about being a great call, but this is a pretty good call. It actually moves it around a little bit, opens it up, and puts a couple of his own rocks in the circles. For about back 8-foot weight here. Working hard to try to hold it straight, and even just to get it by that guard. And he will get barely by, but he did get by, and well, it worked out not too bad. Dropkin now is going to ask the pair where he's going to ask, but they may change his mind here in a minute. To kind of come in and sit corner frozen in between the two yellows. It does look, admittedly, looks like a very tough shot, but they do hook in there like crazy. So that's the shot he called first, and probably what he'll end up playing here. Nope. Looks like maybe just a guard, Terry.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's just a guard.
They got to get it over. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't think they get
that was short by a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a brand new part of the ice or not, but I don't think so. I think we were over there in the first end.
Yeah, Mr. Lee there made a draw there with his first one in the first end with a similar path.
Yeah. Sometimes and not to, this may not have been what happened, but sometimes when you end up throwing a shot that you weren't maybe quite as sold on, you just don't focus quite enough. And that kind of stuff happens every now and then. Not very often at this level, but it can happen a little bit if you're just not really into the shot. You got to find a way to get into the shot. So Lee looking to open this up a little bit. And he'll get rid of one, but
he pushed it into the rings, though.
Yeah.
So you're saying sometimes you don't have 100% buy-in.
No, exactly, yeah. I don't even have that sometimes when I call a shot, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. I get down there and I think like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll get in the hack and go, I don't know if this is there.
Yeah.
And your sweepers look at you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You see half a rock.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your front end, when you tell them, like, I don't know if this is the right shot or not, but we're going to play it. It's like, okay, great. No, it didn't used to do that, but as I've gotten older now, sometimes it's the way it is. Sometimes it's more, I don't know if I can make this shot anymore. So,
yeah.
So the yellow one's gone, but.
Again, it's on the rings, and sometimes just being on the rings clutters your mind.
Yeah. So looking to play this, if he can hit this where he wants to hit it, it'll go in and take the red one out, and the shooter will actually just roll over kind of in the middle of the 8-foot kind of area to act as a corner guard. I like the intent. I sometimes don't like when especially when you're working with juniors, it's like they have a plan and they know where they want it to be, even if they can't exactly get it there, know where you actually want it if you do make it exactly right. So
well, and I think that was the right call. I mean, if you hit it too thin, it hits the red, which ultimately might have gone into the pile. And I mean, I don't think that was ever gonna be to a point where oh my God, we'll never recover from that shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Korey and Thomas Howell just to get another one out front there.
This one's really curling hard, but the little rub certainly helps.
Yeah, now I might be tempted to, run that yellow one in. You'd sit 2 and
Yeah.
here we are again, in another conference call.
Yeah, short one though, at least.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin Cooey, I guess, wasn't in on the call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, poor Kevin. He takes a beating.
Yeah, he does, but
I'm sure he just says, "Look at my resume."
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
This looks close. If he can curl it a little bit, no. I don't know, but I mean, I think he was calling just above the red guard. I wouldn't mind, getting it half behind the
Yeah, me
red.
too. Yeah.
And yes, that's where he's got his broom letting the sweepers know that's ideally the depth that they'd like. It's going to have to curl.
It literally goes sideways here. Ooh. I thought they would want to tuck that just a little tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit surprised they didn't just kind of. I think you take that, isn't that if you take that another just 2 inches or so, I think it's a fair bit better. Anyway.
I'd be tempted to try and play the double peel here.
Yeah. Ooh, that was not the smoothest release on that one. You're gonna work out pretty darn good.
Got
though.
it. Yep.
Would have been a little, had to hit it just a little bit. Well, would have been, I don't know, a little thicker or thinner, but if it had hit the other one a little thinner, it would have been good. You're going to have another look at it. This hits a little bit more on the high side, and I think both the reds are gone. But you had to make sure it hit it, so it's pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's probably a little more room there than you think sometimes. So a little note from Rebecca on the chat to let us know, and I think we probably knew, but Korey just won the USA Olympics mixed doubles trials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Name with Corey Thies. TC. Oh, okay. Pronounce it even. She good thing she told us it's actually pronounced TC. Okay. Used to be Christensen. That was easier to figure out how to say it. So Korey Dropkin now looking to remove the yellow.
So Corey's not only the U.S. men's champion, he's the mixed doubles champion as well.
Yeah.
He made a great shot on his last rock to win that U.S. championship.
Yeah, you were mentioning that the last time we had them. Or somebody was mentioning. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it at all. But this is coming in pretty good. Boy, it curls hard there. Very nicely done.
Yeah, well done.
So, Corey, or Terry, rather, what are you looking at here?
I'm looking at that out turn hit on the one that's second shot.
Yeah. And roll in. It's a little bit hard to roll and get shot here, but I mean you can do it. But if you do it, you're probably going to set it right in the opening there. So.
Well, I guess the good news for
Possible
Team
double.
Korea, is, even if he's not shot, I mean, I don't think Korey can afford to, just play a guard on shot rock because Korea's also got the yellow rays.
Yeah, he's going to take a run at the double here.
Mm-hmm.
So, Hyojin Kim.
That back one looks like it might be on, so why not?
Might be gone, though, in a minute.
No.
Nope. Well, not shot, but... I don't think he's shot, but it's still a heck of a shot.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at it pretty close, but I don't think it does. Certainly looks red.
Looks yellow to me, yeah.
Oh, does it look yellow to you?
No, sorry. It looks like it's yeah.
Okay. I was thinking it. I think in the other one, I thought it looked like it was red. To me, it looks like the red's got a touch more than half, and the yellow only has half. But obviously, they agree with you because they are going to try to make a play on this. And it's not an easy one to make a play on, so they wouldn't do it if they didn't think that they had to.
Well, I'm sure he's looking at, like if he hits it right on the beak, does it go out and or do I have to throw some weight? Because they've got a catcher back there in the back 12. So
yeah,
I mean, I think ideally Korey would like to get every bit underneath.
Yeah. In which case, he should miss the back one if he does that.
Yeah. But that comes with a little bit more risk. So I think the weight will give us a good indication of how they're trying to play it.
Yeah. Trying to make it curl.
Yeah, I'd say they're trying to get it underneath with the weight selection. This is a great shot. Great shot.
Yeah, tremendous shot.
3, yeah.
Very gutsy sweep call. It was like not very far. We'll see this go by here. It doesn't go by this yellow one by hardly anything. Looks like he's good. Looks like he's got all kinds of room here. And then all of a sudden, it's like panic sets in, and
they were trying to make it curl. So yeah.
Great shot.
So we've got JaeBeom Lee throwing pretty much the same shot he threw in the very first end.
Yeah.
To get his 1 point.
Gone out here with no backing or anything, so he's going to have to be.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, maybe a little tight. Ooh, I don't know. This is like where he's going to stand.
I don't know what happened there. That must have picked because it's not even.
Yeah, I would have to hope so. And it did. He popped up. The skippers popped up and moved in really quickly. So I don't know what to make of that. But a really unfortunate situation for the Lee team and for Dropkin. I'm sure that's not the way he wanted to do it, but he'll take the 3 points and take a 4-2 lead after 3 ends of play here. they are looking at that rock, Terry, so it might have been that something grabbed there. So we'll be back with you just in a minute.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind. From pre-seed to post-harvest, you can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
It doesn't come on until I think it's 3 o'clock my time. So,
oh, is that right?
Yeah, last night I could turn it on as soon as our game ended. So, anyway, so we're back after 3 ends of play. Korey Dropkin leads JaeBeom Lee 4-2 in a must-win game for both these teams. I don't know for sure that Lee can find a way to the playoffs, but certainly Dropkin can, and definitely needs to pull out a victory here to do that and not have to count on that tie-breaking scenario. As we saw earlier, we really don't know exactly what will happen with tiebreakers, so I think a victory is a much safer way to go here. But
yeah, as they say, just win, baby, and you're in.
Yeah, exactly. Reminder, too, that if you enjoy watching the broadcast, please hit the subscribe and like buttons on the YouTube website and the YouTube channel, rather, and it will help us. It will help you. You'll keep you right on top of everything going on in curling, and it's all about viewership, so we like to have as many people subscribe to our channel as we can. So thanks for your support there. So Lee looking to have the draw around the corner here.
Yeah, they're going to have to go hard. And
there, it looks a little light.
That's too bad he had enough weight to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have been buried pretty good without that little bit of a rub, but he has to be a little careful. He can't afford to remove that corner guard from play, or it would go back. But he looks like he's not going to have that happen. He's got all kinds of ice. Andrew Stapera. This one looks fine.
Yep.
Roll to the center.
Yeah, good weight control.
Yeah. Lee looking for might be just a bump, but might be a takeout as well. So it looks like some form of takeout at least. Hit it right on the nose, sit right there. It's not a bad spot. Second stone, JaeBeom. I'm going to try to sort of change that up a little bit. Try to maybe make the double as it was coming down, but it probably was never going to happen. Dropkin's position is still pretty early in the game. Certainly can't run and hide from here, but at the same time, you probably would rather not have too many rocks in play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be okay. Going to roll over behind the corner. Probably more help for the Korean team than his team, but
yeah, exactly.
It's a good call. Get over there. You'd be number 2. Wouldn't take too much to bring that one into play for you.
That's right.
Uiseong, his second rock here in this end. Fourth end, if Lee could tie this up here, he'd be pretty happy. And they got to really get the work on this one, make sure that they're there, and they will be. Very nice.
That's a good throw, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that call, Terry?
Yeah, really do. I think that shows a little bit of maturity too, and take the focus off a shot rock. You've got lots of rocks still to play here, and you're just at third rock, so
yeah. So Thomas Howell going to try to follow that down. Could have peeled that corner too.
Yeah.
Pretty good shot.
Yeah, that is.
Could get to it though. He could get to it and flop in behind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could right there.
Yeah, and I think without a doubt that's the call.
So as we say, we think that this is now actually JaeBeom Lee here that does this because the guy throwing last rock is definitely Kim. I'm not so sure that 3 of these guys aren't wearing jackets with Kim on it, but regardless.
This is Hyo Chun Kim throwing now.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't know who throws skips rocks then because that's the.
Isn't it JaeBeom Lee?
Well, no, we talked about it earlier, and we at first we said that, but then we looked at it and he said, remember I said, well, you sure that's Lee on the back? And you said, no, that's Kim.
Yeah, the
Oh God, well, this guy's a skip and he throws third stone, so
yeah,
he has to be careful not to overthrow this one. These curls a little bit more could be really good.
Yeah.
Ah, very nicely done. Have another look at it here. Probably would have liked to roll just another couple inches, Terry, but
yeah, I mean, for sure. I think that's
pretty darn good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. don't know what Corey's going to play here. What do you like here, Terry?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna by playing this, you're gonna roll into the middle and group some rocks. I think it's just important that playing this that he does, um, kind of make sure one of them goes away. I
Yeah.
kind of thought maybe he might step up and rip the guard, but they've played this shot now a couple times, so I think that's probably the shot of choice for him.
Yeah. Would he ever go at this with some weight and try to make both yellows? You can try to hit a quarter of a rock and make both yellows.
I mean, don't see an overhead on that, but I mean at the same time, I don't think there's enough separation.
No, okay.
But I don't know because I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know what you're
close
saying
they are.
for sure. Yeah. With the way that they're offset, it definitely has to be enough room to push it out. You definitely would lose a shooter. So, well, whatever it is, he's throwing some weight at it. So
I was gonna say, yeah, they're throwing weight. This has got a curl, man.
he may not hit it.
Yeah.
That's the wrong side to miss that one on. Had to be a little wide, I think, because he didn't have really any ice. He just had, if he threw it where the broom was and
Yeah.
didn't do anything, he would have hit it. That's a big miss. Green squad might want to move. Definitely
Yeah.
move something here at this point.
Certainly the double looks like, it's the shot, but I don't know if are they afraid that then Corey plays the double back and
Yeah. Well, and he may, but you're going to be fairly high. It's not going to be an easy double for him, and he has to be careful because if he ever goes after the double and doesn't make it, and you come around that corner again, he could be looking at an almost impossible task of limiting you to even just 3 points.
Mhm. Yeah, and now you can see there's a way more separation there on those rocks than I ever thought.
Yeah. You got to be careful. This is like you say, a pretty simple double, or a relatively simple double, and you got to be careful. You just don't opt to play a much harder shot to really not get any better result. Like if he goes
That's
after
right.
this one that's in the 4-foot, he almost has to roll a little bit towards the center. So if he's afraid of Korey Dropkin making a double if he knows hits this, then he should definitely be afraid of what could happen if he rolls this, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's looking at the double out by the time it's all said and done here. I think that's what he's going to end up playing. I think he's throwing a lot of takeouts, this fellow. So
yeah, and they have not been shy of having a jet stream behind them.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know. If he hits this on the nose, it's pretty good. And I'm right. I agree that Korey Dropkin might go after it and he might try to make the double, but I think sometimes you're going to have to let him have something, and that might be the best choice. Still a couple more rocks to come, too. Each team has, these guys have 3 now, but until he lets it go, he's throwing lots of weight again.
Gonna go hard. They're gonna roll right over, which might make Corey's shot a little simpler too.
No, I think really simple to get rid of a couple now for sure.
Yeah. All 3 of them may go.
I don't know exactly what he did there, but it was something not real right on that shot because it really was not even close, really, in making the double. And from that distance and that short gap, that should have been pretty darn close. Dropkin's got the same issue. If he makes the double, he's
Mhm.
probably going to leave another double someplace. But
Yeah, well, even if he could just, clip that rock close to the tee line back, a foot, he probably going to end up, giving a double back, but he's going to be sitting too.
yeah. It's Korey Dropkin with his first rock here in the fourth end. If you're thinking the game's moving a little slow, you're right. But not too bad. Just maybe come up a little too much. Will he get it? He will.
Yeah.
And he will roll out.
Mm-hmm.
So a good opportunity for the Koreans here to get their deuce and tie this up.
Yes.
This is almost no way. If he hits us on almost on the nose or a little bit on the outside, there's almost no way to leave a double.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's the right time to think you want to go in there.
Yeah, no,
I don't know why you'd roll over there. Why would you do that? Like there's no
Mhm.
there's no double if you just hit it on the nose almost. It's like take a chance of rolling over there and perhaps even rolling out.
Yeah, you're down 2, you need 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know you might think you might get 3 by playing this, but
The rock started on the opposite side of the center line. Curl it. Why are you not?
I'm going to get it out. Maybe he did get it out. Doesn't. I don't know. Either way, I don't understand that shot. So
I don't either.
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's in or out.
I don't know, but if Korey plays this draw in here and gets it even, corner freezes that yellow and shot rock, there's no way to probably even get your 2. So
yeah, it looks like it might be in.
Yeah. Well, that would be helpful.
Yes.
Otherwise, you might have turned a 2-ender into a 1-ender all by yourself. So Dropkin's final rock coming here in the fourth. The 4-2 lead. Spot in the playoffs on the line. But we have 4 more ends to go. See what happens here. If there does end up being a tiebreaker game, I believe we have somebody lined up to do that game. So if you're thinking you might miss it, there's no need to. There's a lot of ifs yet before we get there.
Yeah. This is a tough shot. I mean,
yeah.
It's by no means a gimme, but you basically are throwing it as if the guard isn't in play, and it's all weight.
It's turned to curl pretty good.
Yeah, it's just, is it there? I don't think it is.
I don't know if he's going to get there.
If he does it, yeah, just...
He won't be shot, so the Koreans will have just a draw to the button for 2. It really just needs a little slightly better than full 8 foot.
Yeah.
So they will have a chance to get their deuce after all. I really didn't know if they had kind of messed that up a little bit, but they got away with it. And Dropkin had to be a little careful in that shot. He really had to make sure that he didn't do anything that could allow him a chance for three, and had pretty good weight. Just curled a few inches too much.
Mm-hmm.
So the last draw that came out was the one, the last hand that picked on him.
Mm-hmm.
Clock's in I got about 14-7, so.
Yeah, I got 14-5, yeah.
Yeah. So a good shot. So we now, after 4 ends of play, are tied at 4. Here in the final draw of the round robin portion of the Curling Stadium Martensville International event, where 8 teams from this draw will make it through to the playoffs, and we will join you after the break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
So we're back. 5th end action, and we are tied at 4 after 4 ends. There's a game between Lee from Korea, and it looks like a young team from Korea, and Korey Dropkin from Duluth, Minnesota. Both teams needing a win to have any shot at playoffs, or as I said a couple times, I guess that there is a possibility Korey Dropkin can get in even with a loss, but the Koreans certainly can't. They would drop to 1-3. So center guard went up. Obviously, Dropkin came around it. And the Koreans will now look to sit on the corner of the one in the house, set up the row of freezes. Reminder as well, the playoffs all take place tomorrow, starting I think it's around 8:30 in the morning. I'll tell you for sure in a minute.
Well, I mean, it'll be for us. It's quite late actually. It's 11:30, I think, was the first game, so 9:30 their time. Yeah, it's 9:30 their time. Oh,
yeah, I think
it says Eastern time, but I think it's 9:30 is meant to be CT time.
local time, yeah. Yeah, so 11:30 Eastern, it's 12:30 my time, 11:30, 2:30, and 6 p.m. for the final.
Yeah, for those of us in the center of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, you Ontario guys. Jeez. Anyway, I used to be one of you. I know that. So.
Well, we got a little bit of confusion here in this end.
Yeah, for sure. It takes a long time to learn how to play with all these rocks and play when you're playing good teams. So,
yeah,
you can understand why the Korean guys are having having a little more conversation than what some of the more veteran teams that play these guys all the time and they're used to. So,
yeah, and I think for the most part, I mean, teams, play the same almost 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And, and then they make the decision whether they like what's going on or they don't like what's going on.
Yeah.
If you don't like what's going on, it's blow up time. If you do, continue on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can start running peeling guards.
Yeah. Looking to maybe pick up the yellow in the house on the way by.
The one on the far 12 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Stapera as it's on its way. This could be close.
Close. No, over the top.
Yeah. So an opportunity here for the Korean squad to maybe get rid of a couple of yellow or reds, rather, at least one. Yeah, I guess not really set up for the double, but a little hit and roll would be a good shot. I can't imagine you would do that. Scoreboard would tell me I don't know if I really want to play a freeze here.
Well, you better give a shout out to him because that's what they've called.
Yeah. Very, very aggressive call.
Yeah.
If you can make it, I suppose it could be good, but.
Well, especially since you just tied up the game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You just kind of got yourself back to even, and after an unfortunate break, and you just kind of relax a little bit.
Look, I don't know what's going on with this.
Well, I don't either. He's going to end up with a center guard, but
that wasn't the call. I don't think.
No. Dropkin looking to remove the yellow and stay basically right there, or as close to that as he can.
Yeah, he's through the right way because it looked like he slid narrow and then got it back out to the.
Yeah, nice shot.
The broom, so
now they'll hit. Thank goodness. You could get two of these. You might even be able to get all of these if you get hit it exactly right. Definitely should be looking to get rid of a couple, though, I think.
Yeah.
He's going to throw the solid weight that he's been throwing on these shots.
Yeah.
He wouldn't want to get any wide at all. Well, maybe not quite as hard as he's been throwing.
Yeah. He's just got one.
Yeah, that's not a very good shot. I don't really. That's why some of the things that I question a little bit with this team is I just don't. I can't really understand what that shot was.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have hammer. It's like, yeah, you might like to roll behind that center guard, but man, you're in trouble if you don't realize that here, and a good chance of giving up a big score. It's like, and you're throwing everything a million miles an hour usually for those kinds of shots, and why not throw that there where you have a chance to get rid of a lot of rocks? Anyway.
Well, and I think realistically, if you were going to miss it, you miss it on the high side, or the low side.
Yeah.
Like you cross the rock, because there are two rocks there you can potentially move. Now, Team Dropkin sits 3.
Maybe hitting this really thin. But boy, I'll tell you what, if you're trying to do that, this is a way harder shot than could have had the last couple shots.
Mm-hmm.
Or you maybe just trying to. It's not a bad shot to come off of that and try to roll behind the guard, but it's just not real easy. He's throwing this hard because he's throwing an intern.
Yeah, this has a little bit more mustard on it.
It's close.
That was kind of fortunate.
Yeah. Basically, the shot they were playing, I don't know that they wanted to or knew where it would end up exactly, but had to probably hit it just a tiny little bit thicker. Maybe, maybe a little bit thicker. Get his shooter going the other way. Anyway. Should be a good teaching end if they're recording this and they go back and talk about it a little bit. I think opportunities to get themselves out of a lot of trouble here and just didn't take them.
Yeah. This has got a curl. He still sits 2 and with the hammer.
Yeah. Spread out nicely.
Yep. And just of note, Bruce Cortes continues to lead Kevin Cooey. Kevin just picked up a deuce in the 5th end and trails 3-2. And Bruce Cortes has a hammer playing 6.
So really need the roll here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to avoid the deuce.
You're going to have to go on this. It's fine, I guess, yeah. It's going to roll wide open.
Yeah. That was a nice weight choice. That was a good,
Mm-hmm.
a good shot. They just didn't know exactly where they had to hit it. So Korey Dropkin with a really good chance at picking up a 2 here. Just has to hit and stay on this one, and actually probably needs to roll away a little bit. Hits and stays. I would think the Koreans would take on the double. It would be a pretty or reasonably easy double or makeable. Easy is
Yeah.
probably not the right word, but
Well, I think, ideally Corey's going to roll as far across the center line as kind of possible without losing his stone. I don't think you necessarily want to roll totally buried.
no. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Some people would still take on the double. I don't know if these circles are lively enough for the double or not, but
Yeah.
not be a lot to lose with taking on the double though, Terry. If you can
Yeah.
lift enough weight, because it's going to be pretty darn hard to avoid a 2 here without making
Yeah.
the double. It'll be close. No, just he would have had to be a lot heavier to make that.
Yeah.
But a nice shot. So Korey Dropkin now with a little soft weight hit for 2. It is pretty good as far as being behind the guard, but there's just so much distance between the guard and the rock in the house that it shouldn't really be in play at all.
No, and I mean, Corey's weight control and weight management is usually really good. So
Yeah.
I would expect, this to be made.
Just a heavy clean right now.
Yeah, it looks real good. Yeah, excellent shot.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. So Korey Dropkin picks up a 2 here in the 5th end and leads 6-4 as we go to end number 6. We'll be back right after the break.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
we we determined that Lee throws the last rock, but that we're back.
Yeah, it's we're still having some discussions off camera about who's throwing what, but anyway, yeah, we got a tie game. The Koreans here, no hammer in the sixth end, or they do have hammer in the sixth end. Sorry, so looking to score a couple and tie this back up. If they do that, then they're kind of in control of the last couple of ends and will be in a good position. Don't really want to get one here, but
yeah, it certainly would be interesting to know what happened with Skip's, the Korean Skip's last rock in the third end. Whether, I can't imagine he threw it that bad. So
yeah,
and we saw them looking under the rock, but like that was gone real early.
Yeah,
and to date, like that is the story of the game.
Yep, absolutely, yep. So second corner going up for the Lee squad. Most times they try to even these up, and they will be even. So Connor just passes on a little more information about the Korean squad, Terry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a young bunch, and I mean that's this goes just back to my comment about I don't know how good it is to be having a skip. Well, somebody who's thrown last rock, not skipping, but it just seems like as a optic that nobody's kind of acting as the boss. It looks like it lacks a little bit of leadership.
Yeah. Having said that, we do know that we mentioned earlier that the Lee team has won the national curling championships back in June, and they will actually represent Korea at the Olympics coming up.
At the Olympics or at the Worlds?
Oh, at the Worlds. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Okay. At the Worlds, yeah. And they also, at least we know that the skip, at least, did represent his university at the Canadian University or the World University Games as well. Mm-hmm. So they've got some experience and they're coming. I just think that they still have a little bit to learn as far as the gameplay goes, and they'll eventually get there.
Yeah, and it's the more you play, the more feedback you get, the more you actually learn. So, kind of coming over here is, a really good opportunity to get in some competition and gain a little bit more experience.
Ooh, just stuck it by. Pull behind the corner. A little bit too far, but pretty darn good shot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, we may well see a bunch of these teams next week as well in the Speedy Creek shootout in Swift Current with the Worlds coming up. Not a lot of these teams, but a few of these teams anyways.
Well, and I mean, I think that's, a lot of times you see some of the teams from out west, when there's back-to-back spiels here in Ontario, like, they plan some of their schedule around, consecutive weekends.
Yeah. Well, most of the spiels now start so darn early. It's like going to
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I know even in Halifax, the Stu Cells in Halifax, I think this year started on if I'm not mistaken, started on Tuesday
night.
Tuesday night, and
I think so.
yeah, and they're not, they're playing for some okay money, but they're not playing for like $20,000
I
or
know.
something.
I
So
know.
I'm thinking, man, when we used to run our Bondsville back in the day, probably would be, I don't know, 25 years ago, our purse was 50 grand. We gave away about $8,000 to the winner, and now they're only giving away about between 8 and 10. And I'm like, wow, we couldn't draw anybody from outside of the area.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a very different world for sure, but it's a good looking shot. Just need to get a little more curl out of that. The Koreans got something to work with here, but they're going to have to start making something happen here in the next couple of rocks.
Yeah, we're kind of climbing the ladder here.
Yeah.
Thomas has such a good delivery.
Yeah.
Very, very fluid. Little roll under. Beautiful.
Have another look at this turret.
Yeah. Again, I love the weight selection. Not a bomb, but it's heavy enough. It involves the sweepers, involves the skip with calling line. Well, I guess somebody could argue that all shots do that, but I mean, just everybody's active in that shot, and I think the kind of the less weight you throw in on those, the more it becomes a team shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be one of those guys that, I didn't know how to throw that, board weight shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever threw one of those light in my life.
Yeah, me either.
If I had a real guilty, or not guilty, but a really negative part in those kinds of shots, I tended to overthrow them all by a little bit. Didn't matter if it was backline, hack, or board. I was always going to be 6 feet heavier than that. It was just.
I was the same.
Yeah. It worked out not too bad. It's still going to be gettable for the Dropkin team, but like I say, there's definitely enough to work with here for the Korean squad. It's just a matter if they can figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, because if Corey's team makes this shot, I mean, it's behind the tee line.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So the guy in the sweater his last name is Kim.
Okay.
So.
And he's throwing third stones.
Yes, he's throwing third stone, but skipping. And it's Lee that is throwing the last brick.
Okay.
This is got some curling to do.
Said earlier, she also said she had 3 guys on this team named Kim. We'll roll out.
Yeah, well, it won't roll out, I don't think, but it's all rocks are behind the tee line, so you would think that there's no thought of playing a hit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
JaeBeom Lee thought it was his shot. He took off his slider and was ready to go down and throw.
He's not throwing a lot of draws at this game this fall. He's thrown really, I don't know, hardly any, if any. I don't even remember any draws because basically every shot almost has been solid weight takeout. So this could be a bit of a challenge finding the weight here.
Well, he heard that in the early ends, you were kind of giving your team crap because they were underthrowing it. So he said, you know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna show that Mr.
Yeah.
Nix.
Yeah. It just popped out on the other side. It's too bad. It was
Yeah.
pretty good, pretty close to being really good. A couple feet shorter would have been perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I'm Korey, I kind of want to get this as close to nose as possible. Because I would think that the Korean team will play the same draw.
Yeah, I would think so too. It's Korey Dropkin. As we said before, Korey out of Duluth, Minnesota. Having a great year so far with a couple of national championships under his belt. Looking to remove the yellow shot stone. Sitting on Churchill's eyeball. It's going to be pretty close to nose.
Yeah, he's going to miss his back rock, which is, I think, was his only worry, that if he makes that shot, but you know, kind of overcooks it, he may be sitting only 1-2, and as it is, he sits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So he's playing a hit here, is he?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think at first they were. At first I thought he put the broom down, and I thought he left. I thought they were playing an out-turn draw, but
yeah, it looks like they're going to have to really go on this. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
still wide open, though.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
Yeah, a little bit too much weight, I think, to finesse that. If you're going to play that shot, you do have to play a little lighter so you can, because the roll is the big thing, right? Like, you're not really looking for anything else.
Yeah, Korey has to be a little bit careful here. I mean, he really does want to make sure he's sitting 2 or 3 after the shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does, how he does play this. I mean, you could just throw some weight at it, pick it, basically roll it out right through the big gap in the back. Or
yeah.
He doesn't have very much ice, though, so it kind of makes me wonder a little bit if he's trying to finesse it out and maybe make the roll, which I don't think would be logical, but no, he's not doing that. Very well done. There's really no reason to fool around with that. You weren't going to be looking to steal there, so.
And for those who are thinking about the possibility of a tiebreaker. Certainly, Kevin Cooey needed to win, and he's down 5-2, playing 7 to Bruce Corte.
Well, that's not going to help him.
Yeah, Kevin and company won't be happy with that.
No. So Korean skipper, or fourth rock thrower, whoever he is has got to draw to the 8-foot to score here. Oh, he's going through the port. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like he's got to just get bite the 8-foot really, and he's all there.
So very nicely done. And Korey Dropkin will take a 6-5 lead to the 8th and probably final end in this game. And
let's go. Let's play the 7th first.
Oh, we're going to play the 7th first?
Yep.
I never understood that. Okay. Starting over again. Yeah, we will have Dropkin will lead 6-5 playing the 7th end here at Martensville. We'll be back right after the break.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
There you go. Yeah.
So we are now in the 7th end here at the Martensville Curling Club in a tight game between Korey Dropkin and JaeBeom Lee from Korea. Dropkin leading 6-5 with Hammer now playing the 7th. So in pretty good shape. As long as he doesn't have a steal here, doesn't give up a steal here, he should be in pretty good shape. So Green's looking up to get some guards up. And they're very casual on that, but it got over and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Both of them are perfect. Split the center line on both shots. Can't do it much better than that. So a lot of discussion. It is funny, these guys, another team that's played together a long time. And you were talking about it earlier, Terry, when you're talking about, I think more in regards to having a junior team, even about, how to play a situation. And you'd figure these guys would have a standard sort of an SOP here, standard operating procedure for up one, with playing 7, and the other guy gets his 2 corner guards up. What are we going to do? You would think this would be a 10-second decision in almost all cases, but I know there could be exceptions. But it's funny when they're looking at, well, should we draw to the outside? Should we come around? Should we tap this up? It's like, that's you really. I'm okay with not having everything written in stone, but that one should be pretty standard with whatever way your team likes to play it.
Well, and I mean, just quickly looking at the scoreboard, I mean, why are we going out to the wings? We know where they're going. Like, so do we want to, cut that off,
Yeah.
or do we want to, let him get there first? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so with you. I think, for the most part, the first three rocks for the lead and each team, so two leads and the first of the seconds. I mean, it almost is like a cookie cutter thing based on like the way you want to play.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's dictated by the score, but I mean, especially like the first four ends, like you kind of know what the game plan is. I would think.
Yeah.
Because you do play together, and you know your strengths, and I don't know. I know I sometimes try and make the game too simple, but
well, sometimes you make it too difficult. So.
Well, yeah, no, I can do that too.
Yeah, no, yeah, right. I was using you. It wasn't you using the "you" as a pointed remark there. It just meant you in the general term of somebody.
Oh no, you were speaking about me, and
well, it's been way too long since we played for me to know that. But
yeah,
even here, I don't think there's really many options. So he's just trying to maybe figure out which way to peel it.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I don't think you're ever running your red in. Like you're trying to keep the front as clear as possible for yourself. In the event that you have to, there's a good shot. In the event that you have to, draw for one, give yourself a path. Leave yourself a shot.
Yeah. Have another look at this. This is a very good shot.
Yeah.
Get rid of both yellows. And also, I kind of like where his shooter went. It didn't maybe make it all the way over to the corner, but it takes the interior draw particularly away from the Korean team that now currently has one at the back of the button and probably would like to show another in-turn draw. He has to switch.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, good job though in that card.
Yeah.
Dropkin will look to remove just the single one.
Yeah, and I think that's smart. I mean,
yeah.
Again, you're always going to have, I think, at worst, running that red one into the top of the 12 into the yellow.
Yeah.
Especially now, like as you say, like that in-turn draw's been cut off.
Yeah. So an out-turn guard coming here. This one's got to go. I got to work hard on this one.
There's late finish, but maybe not that much.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Korey couldn't make a play on that shot rock now.
Yeah, he definitely could. If he ever makes this and just flops a little bit to the right as we look at it here, Koreans have a problem because they really can't.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say, they just can't really get in there without throwing weight at it. And It's okay for Korey right now to throw weight at it, but they don't want to be having to throw that.
Yeah, they'll have to send out an SOS, I think.
Yeah. Just curl hard, though. You can be okay. Just get the little short roll.
Yeah, that's
Now
pretty good.
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. It's just nice weight. It's reasonably solid. It's 2/3 of the stone, only rolls a foot, but it's a good foot. Yeah, this is a really hard situation now for the Korean squad. Like, where do you go? Any thoughts, Terry?
Yeah, not a whole lot of good ones, that's for sure.
So you're the coach. You're hiding in the bathroom right about now because you really don't have any good stuff.
Yeah.
You might think they can get through there, but man, I'll tell you, I don't see
Yeah,
it.
I think you can get through there, but I mean,
Can't stop it.
not with draw weight. I don't think
Yeah.
you know, without hitting the front. I mean, unless one of the things they were thinking about is trying to come off the top red one in the house and roll it underneath, and
Might be better off going around this guard and making it perfect and hope that Korey rips that guard off.
yeah, I don't see Korey doing that right now.
No, I don't either, but stranger things have happened. So it's on its way. So I'm really not 100% sure where he's going. I assume he's coming around.
I don't.
They just don't. Yeah, they are going around. Wow. Holy cow. Tell you what, that's a great shot. It might not be, good enough, but it's still a great shot. Curl, look where the guard is and look where that rock ended up. That goes another 4 or 5 inches, and it's beautiful. I was wondering at first, why are they waiting? Why are they trying to go so tight to that guard? Because it's going to be wide open in the hole.
Yeah, really strong finish.
Yeah. Yeah. You just needed to go just that little tiny bit harder at the end there and really, really get it over there.
So this is interesting. I mean, I shouldn't say this because I don't know if he's playing the out turn, but it looks to me like he's trying to take his own with it.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's playing the in turn. Yeah, that's a little better, I think, for him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think you could make it any better than you made it the last time is the problem.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that was as good as you're going to do. Now, are they playing the draw or are they playing the hit?
Hit on that one there, I think.
Yeah, I think they.
I was going to say I think they're playing the draw. That's what I was looking at, but.
Oh well, I mean, he threw it like he's playing the draw.
Yeah. Just don't know how you can make it.
This one's on the red.
On the guard anyway. So.
Yeah.
And the shooter's going to stay. Didn't really. Well, he might be able to sneak it through there now, though, Terry.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if you're Korey, it's just like, do you beat him? Do you beat him there, or do you throw a guard? And I mean, I'm not throwing the guard, I don't think, but.
Well, We're thinking about it. Thomas thinks maybe.
Well, we saw how much that curled on the far outside. I mean,
yeah, rocks rolled over further, so it would have been better for the Cranes if it rolled a bit further. An appeal? No, I don't know. I think it is.
Well, I mean, I guess, on one level, why not, right? I'm just looking like, so, where's a good position for this rock? And I started to think, how about in the hack, and just say, here, your turn.
Yeah.
So this peeling the guard, I mean, I don't think it's a bad decision at all.
So you get a much bigger opening, but so you're going to look at trying to hold him to one here at this point, just trying to playing to draw that like a free. If he freezes to that one there, just to say, okay, now you figure out another way in for a second point. It's not going to be easy, but
yeah, definitely not going to be easy.
this is probably about all he could do, to be honest. So.
Yeah, you roll off it, and it, Korey's got a
game ender.
I think a pretty routine shot for the game. It'll be for 3, if not 4.
We might have left this too long.
Oh, this is. I mean, this is all about weight now, I guess. Wow, really good shot.
That is a great shot.
Wow.
Wow. Just watch this. They just really managed this one very, very well because it was getting close.
Yeah.
And they really didn't panic at all on it. I wanted them to sweep it.
Well, they just couldn't afford to, chap off. If they do, it's pretty routine for kind of a bunch.
Oh, yeah. It would be, like I say, a game ender. So Korey looking at maybe throwing the out turn and seeing if he can hold on over there, but it looks pretty tough to me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think you can ever throw an out turn and have it stop where he wants it to stop right now.
No. Yeah, no. And that shot is so good. I mean, I think all you really do have is that in turn and hope it swoops.
Yeah. The in-turn around the outside of the high one.
Yeah. And that just doesn't seem realistic. But I would almost be tempted just to say, we're going to go play 8 and we're up 2.
Yeah. But you know what? You're right. I mean, that yellow one that you were referring to is definitely moved over quite a bit, but it also doesn't. You don't have to get to where the Koreans were trying to get to. So
true.
You just have to get to that where the broom is now. Just barely touch the edge of the pin or the button. I think you'd throw it. I don't think you have a hope making it on the out turn. So I think I'd definitely give it a go on the in turn and see if you could get it to hook there. I just don't think you'd play anything here that could possibly ever lead to you giving up a point. You got.
Well, that's the crux of the matter.
Yeah. He's either drawing or he's throwing it away, one of the two.
Yeah, it's a it's a really difficult shot. That last rock thrown by JaeBeom Lee is couldn't have walked it down any better, I guess, unless of course you got shot, but then that would become available, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out if it'll swoop that much. Oh my God, that was
I'll tell
so
you what,
close.
a little less weight, it would have got awful close here.
Yeah, well then, a little less weight. Does he, not get by the guard? I don't know. Like,
Well, yeah, no, I think he needed a little less weight and a little bit more ice. So
yeah,
make sure. Yeah. So anyway, Dropkin does success for both teams there. I think really the Koreans managed to hold him to 1. So Dropkin will lead by 2, 7-5 as we go to the 8th end here in Martensville. We'll be back right after the break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
We're back for the 8th and final, well, maybe not the final end, but back for the 8th end anyways here in the last draw, that much we do know, of the round robin portion of the Curling Stadium Martensville International event. Just trying to decide our final qualifiers here for the 8 playoff spots. Started with 16 and we'll be down to 8 here in 15 or 20 minutes and we're underway. Korey Dropkin went to the house. I couldn't see it for a while there when he was crouched down.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell where the other rock was. And he must be behind him, but Koreans throw up the corner guard. Korey draws house again. Koreans are now going to go to the other side with another corner guard. And then Korey will probably draw the center again, and then we'll figure out how the end's going to go after that.
Yeah.
They're a good one, but I think both of them are just a little bit long for my liking. But
Yeah, that's if you play the double guard, one high, one low, yeah, that you could use one of those, but you're looking for a lot of as much separation as possible when you do that. But yeah, those are kind of high in terms of corner guards.
yeah, it's going to be hard to go around them and have it be somewhere
Yeah,
where it can't be hit. But
yeah.
anyway, they're there, and at least they're there. They are in play, and see how it shakes out here. Dropkin looking for a center line guard.
Got it.
Because we'll probably have to move some of these a little bit, but they may not be yet. Might go around the corner one time. I might probably come over from the other corner guards just because where these rocks are going to hit, the direction that most of them are going to go, the way that they're set up, they're going to go that way. I wouldn't want them to take out one of my rocks by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
This looks pretty good. Can't afford to go very deep on it.
Yeah.
Just gonna. That's a pretty good shot.
It is, but like you say, I mean, I think you can still get to it. I mean, Corey's decision really boils down to do I rip one of these corners,
Yeah.
which if you rip in one, you'd rip the one that they just went around, or do
Yeah.
you play this quiet wait? And
Yeah.
on a whole other note, just so people are aware, Cooey lost to Bruce Corte, so it's getting a little bit fuzzy here in terms of what's going to happen, and certainly on the other game that means a lot to Sam Moybrook, he's trailing 5-4, playing 7 with the hammer. He's playing Dustin Kaltoff from Saskatchewan.
So I think, Terry, you might be forced to move some of these rocks around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean they're getting to be it's getting to be a kind of a wall here and a mountain at the same time.
Yeah, it's it goes against what you're thinking here when you're down
I know.
2. But
Yeah.
man, there's not a lot of room to work here.
No, and I think the critical issue here is you're going to play a hit, but you got to find a way to get your shooter on the rings.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter which way you decide to, if you want to hit it on the high side and roll in, hit it on the low side, roll in. You just got to make sure that your shooter actually gets on the rings. This will be close, but no go. I thought they might have tried to roll it across on the other side.
Well, the Korean team does have 4 rocks left, and I think they had no choice but to do that. They had to give themselves a little bit of a opportunity here. So Dropkin now looking to peel the corner, the low corner. Shot.
Yep.
And try the intern side this time. Or maybe not. I'm not sure what the shot is now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Doesn't look like an overabundance of ice here, but
No.
obviously plenty.
I think the higher the better, but
Yeah. It's a pretty good shot, though.
yeah, it really is.
I think you'll see Dropkin peel the guard. Can't really get it on the out turn without probably running it into your own.
Yeah.
What'd you do here, Terry?
Well, I mean, I obviously see what he's playing. I mean, I'm kind of not sure that I would play this shot. I think I would play the peel on the corner, but
Yeah, I think I would too. It's over far enough that I don't want to take a chance of going by everything here.
the only thing playing this shot, I mean, if you miss, you miss by ticking the guard.
Yeah, that was a very good shot. Like that was
that was a great shot. Yeah, that was a great shot.
Made it look pretty easy to get to it. So. Well, it's kind of obvious these corners aren't going to really do it for you, so you might have to try to figure out what else to do. Maybe go down, tap that red one on the left there, back a little bit, and try to set up a little bit of a wall here, and tap this one back. I think you're going to have to go that way because I just don't think the corners are going to work.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you that the corners just don't seem to be in a good enough spot.
No.
As we mentioned right off the top of this end after those two corner guards were thrown, it could really be a little deeper. I mean, another 3 feet for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'd go even more than that, but regardless. So play a hit here, which is, I don't know that that's what I would have played. I think I would have been doing something that was some kind of a tap back. It doesn't really.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you had to tap. I mean, because again, you can't afford to lose that
That's
shooter.
exactly.
Just
Yeah.
cannot afford to lose that shooter.
Yeah. Well, could be worse, Terry. We're just reading a little bit of the stuff on our group chat there, and it's somebody were talking about how slow it is, and
yeah,
Sean actually says, well, somebody said that we're a full end ahead of Kaltoff and Louisbrook, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he changes it, so it's actually not 7th was blanked in that one, but not showing on the scores yet.
Yeah.
So if you're Dropkin here, I don't know. Actually, the irony of it all is if your rock wasn't on the top of the 4 foot, if you just said I'm going to take that out, then I don't think you lose, because I don't even think you get to an extra end, because I don't think that Korea can get a rock anywhere you can't get it.
Well, you're right about that. I mean, this is kind of a pretty long-winded discussion. As long as it's not short, that would be my first thought, is eliminate a short rock, so there's no guard going up.
Yeah, and that's why it becomes so hard, because I think I hear what you're saying, but by the same token, in an effort to not be short, if you're anywhere behind the T line, it's helpful for the Koreans, even if
Yeah,
you
it is,
whatever it
and
is.
this is Corey's first one, and
Yeah.
I mean, heaven forbid it ever did. I mean, with your last rock, you could, potentially, well, you'd have to have Team Korea make a really good shot, but I mean, if it's not shot, I mean, you'll end up having choices.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anybody would ever go take their own rock off the top of the 4 foot here, but I really believe that you probably don't ever see an extra end if you just take your own out here. I don't know if I'd ever play that, but that's what I think.
Well, he's going to I guess, the open side. I mean, I'd almost be tempted to, go the other way.
Mm.
Right where they called it, though.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty good spot. No question about that. I think you have to come around that one, don't you? You throw the intern draw around that one. There, he's on the left, what side is that? The right-hand side, as we look at it down the sheet. Left-hand side on the overhead. So if you went right around it, forget getting shot. Doesn't matter right now if you're shot or not. It kind of matters, but at the same time, it has to be somewhere you can't hit it.
But I do think, if you're Team Korea, that's what you're doing. You're coming around the shot that was just thrown.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need to definitely be shot, but I think you need to be second shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree there, because it's going to be really tough to.
It's pretty flat. Yeah, it's pretty flat double.
And Dropkin has another shot in between that too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Working really hard on this. And he pulled the string on it.
Did he? Yeah.
He's going to get to the rings, which.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
No, it's not. No, you had no way to get rid of those 3 reds. Had to at least get number 3 on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is where I think, you don't even need to throw.
No. Fairness to the Koreans, I think they'll figure it out here in a minute. They just right now just need
Yeah.
a minute to figure it out. But it looks like they're gonna.
Yeah, like Corey didn't need to throw that. He knew that.
Yeah.
If he knows that, you're not on the rings. I don't see a shot there, but
No, there is no shot because you just can't get the back one, and you can't get your shooter on the rings if you make the raise double takeout, and your shooter stays outside of the rings, and you can't possibly ever throw it hard enough to make the double and then have the rock reverse direction and go back and take the rock off the G at the back. So
yeah, I'd be willing to say that put your palm out and let's shake.
Yeah. After they have a couple teams roll their eyes at them a little bit here, and as they get a little older, to figure that out. I'm not against anybody throwing any kind of shot if it's any chance of it possibly working, but
it's just never anything there. So Corey does his job. He wins his game and guarantees him a spot in the playoffs. And it looks like we're going to have a one game showdown to see who gets that 8th spot.
yeah, I don't know for sure what's going on there. It looks like they're in an extra end in that Moeybrook game. So,
are they?
Yeah. But anyway, that concludes this one. So our final game in the round robin is over. There's one more game left on the ice that you can probably find a way to flip over to that game if you like to see the end of that. They're in an extra end, and Korey Dropkin will end up scoring, I think, 3 or something in the last end, and win by a 9-5 or 10-5 score. And what was not a bad game overall, I think. Terry, just I think the Korean young guys have got just a little bit to learn about strategy and rock positions, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, my big takeaway obviously was, because I've said it 3 times now, is leadership. I think somebody needs to be in charge, and going in with a game plan, and then just putting it in place. And when you're a young team, you're going to have some growing pains, and they technically they look pretty good, and but yeah, a couple strategy calls were pretty iffy. And then of course that unfortunate shot in the second end, I think, or the third end, where he was drawing against 3 and it picked, and that was a steal of 3, and ultimately that was a crucial end. And so
yeah, for sure. So that concludes our broadcast for tonight. So for Terry Corbin and Connor Sims in production, I'm Jim Nixon. We will join you back here in Martensville tomorrow for the playoffs. So good night for now.
Good night.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Dave's is it Instagram or Twitter? Twitter. He clipped them and posted them.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, if we've got